Chris O'Bob, my friends, I hope this finds you well. So here we are, Advent 4, and I'm wearing my seasonal t-shirt. Season's Beatings! It's actually the Grinch wrestling with Santa, but my money's on Santa. Those of you who don't know, St. Nicholas, who Santa is kind of based off of, St. Nicholas was at the Council of Nicaea, and there are some reports, whether true or not, we don't know, but there are some reports that there was a schism at the time in the church between Arius and the rest of the council, and St. Nicholas apparently stuck one on old Arius. So, my money's on Santa. Anyway, 45 seconds of that, honestly. I thought I'd share something with you today for Advent 4 that's a wee bit different. I took inspiration from the book, I don't know if you've ever read it, it's called The Nail by Stephen Cottrell. I know he's in a bit of hot water at the moment, and we'll leave that there. But the book itself, the premise is brilliant, because what it does is it puts you in a room, almost like an interview situation, with the key players of the crucifixion. So Pontius Pilate, St. Peter, St. John, Mary, the mother of Jesus. And it's really an interesting premise. Well, I took that and I've sort of run with it, and I've written a bunch of them using my old sort of film and theatre background. And I've written a bunch of them based around different times of the year. So, for example, I've got ones set to Pentecost. I have ones that are set on the road to Damascus from St. Paul's point of view. So anyway, I thought I'd share with you today one from the point of view of Joseph, Jesus' adoptive father, and one from the point of view of King Herod, running up to, of course, to the Nativity, to Christmas morning. Let me know what you think about these, and if they're any good, and if you'd like to, I'll share with you the ones I've done at other times of the year as well. But let me know. So what I'll do is I'll fade to black here, and I'll put a picture of Joseph, and I'll put a picture of Herod up, because what you don't want to be doing is watching me. You know, I want you just to close your eyes and to imagine that you're in the same room as these people. So you're getting to sit and chat with Joseph. You're getting to sit and chat with Herod. Okay, so get comfortable. And without further ado, I'll show, of course, the first of our two interviewees in. Wow, what a few months it's been. I suppose I'd have to go back to the beginning, really. Back to when I first saw her. You see, she was so beautiful to me. Yes, physically, of course. I mean, she had those big dark eyes and that lovely, wonderful smile that just lit up her whole face. But, you know, when you look at someone and you could see the soul shining through them. You can see their grace in everything they do. You can see the very goodness in them. It's like that. It's like the warmth of the sun. You have to be near them just to feel warm. You know, that's how I felt about her. When I first saw her, I actually caught my breath. I won't lie, I thought I was too old for that kind of thing, you know, for love like that. It's for young men, it's for poets, it's for minstrels. I'm just an old carpenter. But I try, you know, I always treat people fairly. I remember the old ways of God, the way he told us to be. He always taught us to live. And it seems that I'm getting out of fashion. It seems I'm old fashioned these days, with things being the way they are. It's not good. But anyway, I was telling you about this girl. So I saw her, and my heart skipped a beat. Yeah, I knew the sting of loss. I mean, my first wife, I mourned her. I committed her to God. Believe me, my friend, I know the pain of loss. I knew it was always just there, waiting to pounce, but I couldn't help myself. You know, that grief, it strikes. But no, I'm talking about when I saw Mary. I saw her, and something just happened inside of me, and all of a sudden She's everything that's good about this world in one amazing package. Yeah, look, she's a wee bit younger than me. And I hope that wouldn't be an issue, you know. We talked and we got to know each other, and the first time she laughed at one of my nervous jokes, oh, and the way she looked at me, I didn't know what day it was. And so we talked, and what is it the young people of today say? I decided to shoot my shot. I proposed, I told her how I felt about her, and I asked her if she wouldn't mind being my wife, and I can't tell you how awkward it felt, how exposed I felt. Here I am, a descendant of King David. Well, if you listen to my grandfather anyway, he always told us those little stories when we were kids. I'm not sure if I believed him, but hey, we indulge them, right? But anyway, here I am, a descendant of King David, possibly, but definitely a respected carpenter, or so I believe. And here I am, terrified out of my sandals, because this girl has absolutely got me twisted up inside in the best possible way. When I'm at market, I would look for her. When I was at the mill doing my job, I would just to see her walking through the market. And every single time my eyes fell on her, time would stop. Oh, she's perfect to me. And so there I was, scared out of my sandals, exposed, helpless. And I asked her, I said, Mary, will you marry me? And she paused for the longest time. And I thought, here it comes. She's thinking of a way to let me down gently. And then I tell you what, the impossible happened. She said yes. I couldn't wait to tell the world. And of course, I mean, I've got children from my first marriage. And Mary, she met them and they loved each other. I couldn't believe it. My sons, my daughters, they got on with her brilliantly. I was so happy. I was over the moon. It was all looking rosy. And then just when it felt like life couldn't get any better, I started not sleeping very well. I started having strange dreams about shadows spreading over the land. And I mean, I've had weird dreams all my life, you know. And I don't know if there's a point to these ones or if any of the dreams I've ever had. But just one day I woke up and life seemed to lurch. It seemed to take a turn for the worst in every single way. You see, Mary told me, and it was like a hammer blow. She was pregnant. You know, and we hadn't, I mean, I wouldn't dare. Listen, sorry, I'm a man of the world, all right? I know how things work. I know how women get pregnant, all right? She told me that she was carrying the Son of God, and I won't lie, I wasn't expecting that. Of course it hurt, and I was still so desperately in love with her, and I respected her. So I couldn't out her as an adulteress. I couldn't drag her to the priests and have her dealt with. So I decided just to break it off quietly, gently, to just tell her I couldn't do it, you know, because I was still in love with her and I did not want to see any harm come to her. I mean, they could have stoned her. She could have been branded, exiled, anything, flogged at the very least. Not her. Not my sweet, beautiful Mary. No, not her. And so I decided just to bow out quietly. I had to protect her still, and I had to protect her child. After all, it's not the little one's fault what happened now, is it? And that night, I can't explain it. You're going to think I'm insane, but to be honest, I'm not sure how I feel. Well, it was weird. A messenger of the Lord came into my dreams this time. My dreams are always of natural imagery or things I'm going to do, but in this one it was Gabriel. It was an angel of God. He came to me and told me I had to go back to Mary. He said that God had chosen Mary and that he'd also chosen me. He'd chosen me to protect her and to protect the boy, to raise him, to teach him how to be a man. I mean, me. Listen, my friend, I'm just a carpenter. What could I do? He's the Son of God. How can I teach him how to be a man? But of course, I love my God, and I love Mary. I can't fight it, and I can't deny it. I love her so completely. And so I said, yes, I may just be a carpenter, but when God tells me to do something, you better believe I am going to listen. So I did as I was asked. I returned to Mary, and she cried with joy as I stood in the doorway, and I cried, and we just held each other, and we were wed as planned. The wedding went off without a hitch, actually, if you could believe that. And then the Romans called a census, which means I've got to go back to the town I was born in, back to Bethlehem. Of course, my wife, bless her, my new wife, she has to come with me. And it won't be an easy journey because she's close to giving birth now. And I was given this duty and I won't fail. Of course, I'm worried because, well, the world, it's dark and it's brutal, you know, and cruelty and sin, they seem to live everywhere. And it will be an absolutely long journey. But my friend, I simply cannot fail in this task. If nothing else, love will sustain me. If nothing else, love will keep me sharp, because I won't fail Mary. I won't fail her Son, and I will not fail our God. My friend, I don't know what the future holds. I don't know how long I'll get to be in the boy's life. I'm not the youngest of men, as I've already said. But I've been trusted with a task. Trusted with a task to be his earthly father. To teach him how to live. To teach him how to be a man. To teach him how to work and to move in the world. I will give that little boy everything I have, and only hope in the end that I was worthy enough for this duty. That I was worthy enough for the love of Mary. And that I was worthy enough for the love and trust of our God. Love. There are many different kinds of love, you know. Yes, there's the love between a man and a woman, that debilitating, insipid love that poets and scholars write about. But there is also the love a ruler has for his nation, for his people. I may not have the love of those ungrateful fools at first, but, well, I won them over. You see, while the Romans, Antony and Octavian, I suppose is his real name, but we all know him as Augustus, but while they're killing each other over lines on a map, I was ensuring peace. I was ensuring order, stability here in Jerusalem. Yes, of course, I sided with Antony at first, and what choice did I have? He was right on our doorstep. And it's enough that we have to deal with these Roman pagan animals at the best of times. But Antony was an especial cruel, he was an especially cunning animal. So yes, I kept him sedated, and I kept him fed with promises of fealty and friendship. Antony was a thug, pure and simple. A resourceful thug, but a thug nonetheless. Of course, I knew he couldn't win, being the great military mind that I am. And the second the wind shifted, the second Octavian, or Augustus as he goes by now, could see my intelligence, he could see my political savvy, he understood that I played the game as I had to. That is the kind of love I showed my country. I put myself in grave danger for them. And now the Pharisees, the more traditional Jews, see fit to complain when I build Greek-style theatres, when I show Caesar that Judea is an ally. That's what these fools don't see. We are not a vassal. We are a valued ally. Still, the upper classes, they love my building programs, and so I'm not going to complain. After all, whoever needed to pander to the mob? The rabble, the cribbles, the lepers, the drains on society. Those who feel downtrodden, of course, could always leave. I don't force people to stay here. And besides, the rabble, they don't love me. They plot and they scheme. They think I don't know, but Herod sees everything. You see, my first wife, she plotted. And when I gave her the chance to repent, to be honest, well, she didn't take it, and so justice was served. Apparently, some of the plots against me even involved my own children. Now, as a loving father, I have to discipline and I have to re-educate my children so that they know their loving father truly is. Because I am their king. I'm no monster, though. I know what you're thinking. But I'm no monster. I give the peons free grain because I am wise and I'm kind, and because, of course, I love them. If they are fed, they will work. If they work, the money flows. If the money flows, the Romans leave us alone. You see the tapestry that I must weave. You see the delicate dance I must play. Do you see the things I must do in order to maintain peace? I helped maintain the synagogue. I even kept kosher law because I love peace. I love harmony. I love my country. There are some disturbing rumours among my court insiders that the Romans are due to call a census, meaning hordes of my people moving around the country. A disruption to the taxes, meaning Romans breathing down my neck yet again. Nobody knows what it is like to suffer as the king suffers. I don't just mean the pain in my stomach, that's just ingested food, I imagine. The doctors assure me it won't get any worse. No, the pain I speak of. The pain I speak of is ensuring that not one of my subjects rocks the boat. None of them bring chaos. None of them go against the order that I have worked so hard to establish. You talk about love. Oh yes, I know love. I know what it is to love. I know what it is to sacrifice for my beloved nation, and you may judge me, but there's not one among you who would behave differently in my position. I do what I have to do to protect us from Rome. I do what I have to do to protect me, because when it is all said and done, I am your king. Now kneel and show me the reverence I am due. So there we go, my friends. That is the end of the two reflections. Let me know what you think. And if there's any stories you'd like me to have a go at in character, send me the details on the email address. It's down here, one way or the other. Let me know who, let me know the Bible passage. I'll have a read and I'll see what I can come up with. Okay? If I get enough of them, I'll be happy to do another video where we just exclusively do those. Me and Jane will listen to me whine about scripture. Anyway, the posting schedule for over Christmas will be a little bit sort of different because, of course, it's the Christmas period. I'll pop a video up, possibly a short one, on Christmas Eve. There'll be one then on Christmas Day. I will possibly do one for St. Stephen's Day, and then I'm off for a week. So there'll be no video that week. Okay? I know there's plenty there for us to be getting on with. And so, my friends, all it remains for me to say is have a wonderful Advent 4, and I will speak to you on Christmas Eve. And until then, God bless you, my friends, and take care.